Alright, this is a piano tutorial for Amazing Grace. First in the key of C, then G, then D, then A. Alright, so I want to start in C. You have no sharps or flats to worry about, and I want you to start with either your right hand on a chord or your left hand on a fifth, or you can play both of those together if you're ready for that, okay? This time, we're just going to play each chord once per 3 beats. You'll name your chord out loud and count the extra beats. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. F, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. G, sus, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. C, on the end of each verse, you'll see the first chord has a little star by it, and off to the side, it tells you what the optional chord for that spot is. It's always a third below the actual chord written. So a third below C is A minor, which makes it sound a little more interesting at the end. A minor, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3. And that last chord also, you could just hold out, tie the first C to the second C, or whatever the last chord is for each verse. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. Okay? You could also play that optional chord higher than your 1. 6, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. All right? So that's in the key of C. If you didn't get that perfect, go back and try that again. All right? The next thing on the chart at the bottom of the page says patterns with root note and fifth. So one pattern you can do with the left hand is go, here's your root note, that's your 1, and this is your 5. Even though that's a little tricky with your finger number, this is always the first note of the chord, your pinky has it, and your thumb has the 5th note, so we're going to call this the 1 and the 5. And you could go 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. So you have one beat, one note per beat of like the 3 beats per chord. C, G, C, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, like that. 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. So that gives it a nice little pattern. You could switch your hands and do the right hand with that pattern. We have already come. 'Twas grace had brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Like that. Okay, so that's a pattern with root note and fifth. There's a lot more patterns that you can do with that, but you have to remember it's 3 beats per chord, so you don't want to go too crazy. You could do 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, like that with an octave. 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, like that. That's an option. All right. The next thing in the chart is broken chord patterns, and there's 3 beats, so that's just enough for a broken chord. Through many dangers, toils, and snares. Okay? You could do the whole verse that way, or with your chord coming down. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I am already come. with your middle note. Middle, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, or middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom, top. You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The top two and then the bottom. So I'm showing you all these patterns in C, but you could just as easily do them in G, D, A, or E. All right. I'll do another video to cover the melody, altered chords, and substitute chords. So let's just go through the key of G, D, and A, and whatever level you're on, just see if you can match my timing. If you can just do the right hand, just do the right hand. If you want to just go through your left hand, just do your left hand. If you want to try left hand octaves, you can. If you want to do a broken chord pattern, you can. All right. If you want to do patterns with just the 1 and the 5, you can. But let's start in G. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. D, sus, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. C, 2, 3. 2. E minor. E minor, 2, 3. D with your F sharp, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. Good job. Try it in D. I'm going to do left hand octaves. You can do whatever level you're ready for, or just stop the video and go practice the keys we just did. Here's D. 1, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. A, sus, 2, 3. A, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. G, 2, 3. D, 2. B minor. B minor, 2, 3. A with a C sharp in the middle. And D, 2, 3. D, 2, 3. So you might have noticed if you just watched that first, that one, I mixed up different patterns. All right, on A, I'm going to do a pattern with the left hand, 1 and 5. All right, starting on A. Any of these keys, you can find the note to start with by playing the 5 of your first chord. Twas. This might be a bit hard for me to sing, but I'll give it my best shot. 'Twas grace that, can't do it. My heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear. F sharp minor. All right. And then if you can figure out in the key of E, here's your 1 chord, your 4, your 5 is B or B sus, and B has 2 sharps. Your minor would, on the last line, would be a 3rd below E, and that's C sharp minor. And then the B chord, and then you're back to E. So have fun working on Amazing Grace. Again, if you just want to play along with the easy chords at the beginning and get really good at those first before you try to play it in D, A, and E. Great job, you guys.